What's up, my lovely love bug goodies? Welcome back to your girl kitchen and to my channel. Another requested recipe: why and how to make beetroot juice and all its health benefits. You have been asking for all these healthy body juice recipe in like forever, and the girl is trying to give it all to you guys before the end of the summer, as promised, right? The recipes are always coming slowly but surely. Now, if you're here and you're still hanging with your girl and riding with your girl for the longest time, or if you're here for the very first time, be sure that you have subscribed, then turn on those post notification settings so you will always be reminded whenever your girl upload a brand new video. Now, let me stop rambling and let's jump right into the recipe. Let's get started.
Coming from, you don't remember where you're coming from. Rastafari, why you turn your back on your brother when him need you? You don't remember the days when him feed you. You know when no obligation but you owe him some respect. All you need to do is just give him what you forget. Turn your back on your.
Well, goodie, in my opinion, beetroot is unbeatable. That's how I call it. This thing is unbeatable. And I know you're gonna ask me, why is it unbeatable, Juliana? Well, let me tell you why I think it's unbeatable. It improves memory loss, it detoxifies the body, it's fat free, it's an energy giving vegetable, effective for wound care, lower cholesterol and blood pressure, prevents skin aging and cell damage. It also improves immunity, prevents constipation, improves digestion, but most of all, it's an excellent food during pregnancy as it contains folic acid. This is also available in powdered form and capsules. A lot of athletes always drink, they always try to have a lot of beetroot in their diet as it helps them with that boost. Now, when you drink the first glass of this juice, you're going to feel it in your body within 3 hours. I kid you not. Now, the leaves are really as beneficial to the body as much as the fruit itself. Beetroot leaf or beet greens are nutritious. They are rich in vitamin K and copper, magnesium, iron, calcium, but they are also great for maintaining a healthy weight as they contain zero saturated fat and cholesterol. This is good to make a salad. This is great for a vegan recipe, a healthy, non-vegan. It don't matter what you are, but we need to start having tons and tons of this. Now, you know ginger is good already. It's for heart health, pain, inflammation, cold, flu, nausea, blood flow. It's also for your sugar level. What else? Cholesterol, prevents ovarian cancer, reduce menstrual pain, and more. And with a combination of that lemon honey, from the lemon, it's going to help with your weight loss, improve skin color, and aids digestion and all them things. That freshens your breath, helps prevent kidney stones, and so much more. Yes. So let's get right into the recipe. Now, the first thing I did was go ahead and give it a good wash, because you want to make sure that there is no dirt on the vegetable. You want to make sure that you clean it up really well and get rid of all the dirt, because it is a leafy vegetables, and we are going to do not throw them things out. We are going to use all of that. We want all the juice out of that as well. So you want to make sure you give it a good rinse using cold running water, and make sure that everything is nice and clean from the leaves. Okay. Now, as far as your beetroot is concerned, you go ahead and you cut the stems off, and as you can see, it's nice and red on the inside. One thing I must tell you about beetroot, it is very stainy. It might have a couple of stains on your fingers, but it's gonna wash out, but it's really stained. That's how strong this vegetable is. Okay, you might have a couple of stains wherever you cut the vegetables, but it's okay, it's gonna clear up, but it's very, very stainy. If you like, you could wear gloves when you're preparing this vegetable. Now all I did was clean up my ginger. I'm leaving the skin on because I'm going to blend all of that out. Ginger skin contains a lot of nutrient as well as the ginger itself. Now also you want to go ahead and give it a good wash under the cold running water, just to make sure that there is nothing lingering there, because I am going to be blending the skin as well. We are not going to peel the skin off from the vegetable. You just want to go ahead and wash it thoroughly and make sure say it clean, just like you did the leaves of the beetroot. Okay, so we're gonna blend all this together. All this together, so that's nice and clean, and we are ready to go. Now all I did here was go ahead and cut the leaves of the beetroot, because we are putting it into the blender, and I'm just cutting it enough so that it don't mash up my blender. Right, so we go ahead and cut that and sit that aside. Right, then we go ahead and start cutting our beetroot. And you want to make sure you cut them. You can see where it's stained my finger. So yes, it does stain. So like I said, if you don't want to get stained up, you could go ahead and put the gloves on while you're doing this process. But me not care. I'm just cutting them into sizes that's gonna fit into my blender. Now something that you should know about the beetroot, you could eat it just like that. I did taste this one was really, really sweet. It is so good just to put it into a salad, to make a recipe using your vital wheat gluten. If you're a vegan, this is a great source of everything for our recipe. This could be a meat substitute. The thing is so good, so healthy, and we should all start eating more of this beetroot. Even me, I need to I grew up eating beetroot, but you know, when they get older, you don't do what mama used to do anymore. But yes, goody, I'm starting to eat more healthy and drink more healthy as possibly can. As you can see, the counter is red already. Yes, it does. It is a bit stainy. Yes, it sure is. So I go ahead and I cut up my ginger, and then it was time to blend away. The first thing I did was put the leaves in at the bottom, and then I put the beetroot in the middle, and then I put the ginger on top. So that way, when my blender starts to spin, it starts to spin directly on them leaves first. I went ahead and added some cold water to the blender and level it off, and then I made sure that this thing was smooth, very smooth. Make sure everything smooth out just like that, and then I strain it off. Now to strain my juice, I strain it 3 times, right? You know how I like to use my big strainer, then my little strainer, and then I strain it a third time with the smaller strainer. So I did strain it 3 times. So that is what the rest of it look like. Sometimes I keep that to make bread. I use it to make bread. Sometimes I make muffins. Sometimes I make cookies with it. So I do use that fiber for different recipes, y'all. I do. I did make a lot of it, because when I make this kind of a juice in my house, I'm gonna make a little bit of it. I make a lot because this thing is so massive. I did add some lemon juice to it. Now it's your choice to sweeten it however you like. You could use honey to sweeten it. You could just drink it just like that, because the fruit is really, it's sweet and it has its own little unique flavor. So if you're diabetic, that's as far as you go. Now I did have my organic cane sugar, and I added a lot of lemon slices to it. That lemon slice is going to expand in my thing, and it's going to send off all kind of signal to that juice, and it's going to make it even more tastier, more healthier, and it's going to be doing magic. Now, another little hint you might want to do, if you like, you could put a little bit of wine to it or a little bit of rum to it if children are not going to drink it. Just if children are going to drink it, leave it as is. If they're not going to, you could go ahead and add it, or you could separate it. But this drink could last for a long time if alcohol is in it. Now, if you're here still watching me doing this recipe, make sure that you have subscribed, give me a thumbs up, and turn on those notification settings so you will always be reminded whenever your girl uploads videos like this one. I always have great recipes up here, and they are always fast and easy to follow. Yes, boo. Whatever you ask, your girl is always here to deliver all the good recipes. Now, while you're doing that, go ahead and subscribe to my second channel, Life is Juliana. I do inspirational videos, Dollar Tree DIYs, and so much more. I'm also doing all my vegan recipes over there. There will be no more vegan recipes here on this channel. The link for that channel will be down below. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel and give your girl some love. I am waiting. Now, boo, I went outside and I picked some peppermint from my tree outside, and it was smelling so good. It was ready for my serving. My peppermint tree is doing really well outside. So, it was time to serve up my beetroot juice, and the thing was smelling so strong. This beetroot juice is one of those juice that you could just smell how healthy it is before you even take the first sip. I remember growing up as a kid, Mama always made this juice, and she always said, make sure you drink coffee juice, you know. Make sure you drink coffee juice if you want to be big and strong. And honey, I know what Mama was talking about. This juice is everything. All the benefits that you get from this juice is off the chain goodness. Give it a try and let me know how you like the taste and the flavor, okay? Now, honey, thanks for watching the video. Give me a thumbs up. Share the recipe with friends and family. Tell me what you'd like to have me cooking next in my kitchen. And remember, as always, from my kitchen to your kitchen, enjoy! I'm gonna let this cook for a good 30 minutes on medium heat. Cover it up nice and make it simmer. And when it's done simmer, it's time for we eat. So see you back in a few minutes.
So this is in with your foundation, full coverage. You know, like bam. And last but not least, the last thing I tend to go for in my makeup collection is this palette right here. Let me show you what this baby looks like. It has a whole bunch of concealers. I believe it's $10 for this palette.